I must show this to you, because this is where your 3X great-grandmother, Eleanor, would have got her water.
No.
There's a stream that's been flowing here for centuries, and we didn't have water laid on to the 20th century, so everyone had to come here.
I love the fact that you say that it would have been Eleanor, my great-great-great-grandmother, that would have come and got it.
The men wouldn't come for water.
Grief, no. The men? Fetch water?
It's the women's job. And actually, it's rather nice, because I knew someone who used to do it, and she said what a lovely social thing it was.
Well,
because as we took it in turns, she said we gossiped away.
So this is Marine Terrace,
Yeah.
number 1. Is this it?
Yes. Yeah.
That's quite surreal to think that, he and his family walked in and out of this house, and I'm standing here now,
Yeah.
like
And
nearly 200 years later.
Yes.
It's a beautiful house. And the views across the sea,
And Eleanor would have been able to see him go as far as the eye could see.
that's absolutely wonderful. It really is. Being here now, it's making it more real that my great-great-great-grandfather lived here with his family, sailed out on the sea there on his ship. I feel very connected to him. And what is really lovely is that, of course, it's my mum's father's side of the family. I'm so lucky that this is here. So lucky.
The current owners have allowed Ruth to take a look around Evan's former family home.
There's something quite, not spooky, because it's not spooking me out. It's lovely. Something quite calming about being here. Quite comforting, actually. So the conversations that would have gone on in this hallway, you know, when Evan walked through the door after a few days at sea, you'd have been going, all right, Shemai, dwi wedi bod ar y môr am wythnos. I've been on the sea for a week. Beth sy am cinio? What's for dinner? Something like that. Yeah, but it's a gorgeous home. He was a lucky man, wasn't he? Dyn lwcus oedd e. He was a lucky man.
Ruth wants to know what happened to Evan after he moved here.
Sue, thank you so much for bringing me to this house. What a treat it is to be here. And I would love to know if you have any more information here.
Yes, I have another crew list for you to see.
Okay. The top name on this list is Evan Jenkins, 1847, Newquay to Liverpool. Oh, dead.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh. Aw.
Yes.
Oh, bless him.
Yes, unfortunately, it was a very sudden death, as you will see from the death certificate. Apoplexy.
Apoplexy.
It's like stroke.
That's, well, I mean, I know we're none of us immortal, but that's, I feel like I'd sort of got to know him and now he's gone.
He's gone so quickly, yes. Just as you find him, he's gone again.
Yeah. So he died in Liverpool?
Yes, probably when he fell ill. The crew took him to a lodging house they knew.
Oh, but it's so sad that he was not with his family and...
Well, if you look at the crew list, you will see.
John Jones, David Jenkins.
That was Evan's son.
Oh.
So you see, he wasn't entirely without family.
So his son was with him?
Yes.
David Jenkins, my great-great-grandfather. I mean, he was only 19, bless him. There's something reassuring to know that Evan's son was with him when he died, and his son was David Jenkins, who is my great-great-grandfather. The same David Jenkins that married Hannah and then went on to have those 9 children who are all listed in the family Bible. And I love joining the dots up like that. So it would be really good to find out more about David now.
At 19, David had already followed his father to sea. Ruth wants to find out what happened to her great-great-grandfather after his father's death. She's meeting maritime expert Dr. Ellen Jones from the University of Exeter.
Hi. Come on in. Okay. So this is your great-great-grandfather's marriage certificate.
1858, 1st of May, David Jenkins married Hannah Thomas. He was 29 years of age and she was 19. And he is described as, yay, a master mariner. Fantastic. Good on you, Dave.
So this is the Lloyd's Captain's Register for the years 1874 to 1879. Now, the ship that he's master of here is called the Adela S. Hills. The Adela S. Hills was a ship that David Jenkins had almost half of the shares in, so he was a part owner. What is surprising is how much bigger this ship is than anything his father had previously been sailing. So I have an image here of the Adela S. Hills in all her glory.
That is incredible.
The ship was built in America and it can carry 460 tons of cargo. So he's moved up quite drastically in the world in terms of shipping.
He really has.
So this is the log of the Adela S. Hills trading.
In 1876, he traded the East Indies,
Yeah.
Burma, Mauritius, and the Red Sea.
Long way from West Wales.
Really is, isn't it?
So we know that he went to islands off Western Australia.
That's like mile. That's literally the other side of the world.
It really is, yeah. He's gone global.
He has, because when I think about his father, that was sort of quite a small area, I suppose, of travel, just going locally around the Welsh coast. And now it's become, well, like you say, it's global. And do we know what products he was trading in?
We're fairly sure that he was carrying coal. By the 1870s, coal from the South Wales coalfield was incredibly popular globally.
Yeah.
And it was particularly popular because it was seen as smokeless. So it was fueling some of the earliest steamships and trains. So there was a global demand for South Wales coal. So this is essentially a customs document for the Adela S. Hills.
Right.
Telling him where he's allowed to go.
Any ports and places in the Indian, Pacific and Atlantic Oceans, China and Eastern Seas, and United States, continent of Europe, and back to a final port of discharge in the United Kingdom, term not to exceed 3 years. What, so he could be at sea for 3 years?
Yeah, that's the expectation being set up.
Well, well, well. It really is mind-blowing. David Jenkins, my great-great-grandfather, he travelled the world on these sailing ships. You know, I've been lucky enough to go on some nice holidays, thank you very much. But what he must have seen and what he must have learned, it makes me realise how little I do know about life. What also does really intrigue me is he was at sea sometimes for a couple, 2 or 3 years. And yet he had 9 children. What was his family doing when he was at sea? It's something I know nothing about, and I blooming well want to find out more.